All right, Royce, are we ready to get started?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'd like to call to order this combined meeting. Today is January 9th. Do we have public notice?
Yes.
Excellent. Public testimony will be taken on all agenda items as those items occur during the meeting. Can we please get a roll call to establish quorum?
Already starting off, Francis Aloueta is here. Philip Bankwell. Philip, you here? I see him online.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you.
Yep. Nani Blake. Diana Chun. Stephen Courtney.
You're present.
Thank you, Stephen. Stacy Domingo.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you. Carla Even.
Good morning, I'm here.
Thank you. Eddie is here today. I saw him. Zachary Fernando is also here, I believe. His camera's on. Buck Giles.
I'm here. Good morning.
Thank you. Liz Gregg.
Present.
Thank you, Liz. Vern Hara. Julie Hemkeys. Wayne Hirasa.
I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. John Holland. David Jones.
David Jones is present.
Thank you, David. Stella is here today. I saw her. Kalani, are you here today? Kalani, not here. Jisuk.
I'm here.
Thank you, Jisuk. Sean Kurtani.
Present.
Thank you. Kurt Logger. Patrick Letty was here today. I saw him online. Kimberly Lee. Alon Leong. Alon, you here?
I'm here.
Thank you. Shelby Lewis. Rebecca Lieberman. I know
I'm here
she
on the
may
phone.
You're on the phone. Thank you, Rebecca.
Yep.
Ri Mahuna is here. David Miyazaki. Greg Okamoto. I believe I saw Greg
Here.
online.
Here.
Thank you, sir. Lauren, I saw online. Okumura. Tadomura.
Sorry, here. I'm here.
Thank you, Todd. Frank Pace. Gary Colford.
Present.
Thank you. Dave Lynn and Tony Ramirez, I saw both online. Ariel Ramos, I saw online. Andrew Reese. Natasha Reese. Jeff Reeve. Murray is here. Calvin Sung.
Present.
Thank you, Calvin. Lavina is not here. Kennison, are you here today? Kennison?
Yeah, I'm here, Royce. Thanks. Benson.
Thank you. Keola Tom.
Here.
Thank you, Keola. Tony Velasco.
Present, Royce. Thanks.
Thank you. Miranda and Barbara Wynn. and Ruth Sapel.
I'm here. Good morning.
Thank you. And then also, do we have Megan Riley here? Megan, not here. And then we also have our two people, I believe, from Rapid SOS. We have Seth Wold and Matthew McDonald are both here, I believe.
Yes. Yes, here.
Douglas Tom is also here, I believe. Saw him message in the chat. Thank you, Douglas. Brian Bozeman.
Here.
Sure. All right, you guys, give me 1 second. All right, Corey, we have quorum for all three committees.
Thank you so much, Royce. Before we continue the meeting this morning, the board would like to take a moment to offer our condolences to the HFD Ohana and all of our first responders, honestly, for the tragedy at the 3-alarm building fire in Macaulay on Monday. Please join me in observing a moment of silence for fallen firefighter Jeffrey Fiala. Our prayers go out to Jeffrey's family, his friends, his coworkers. Absolute tragedy. So, moving on, if we can take a moment to review and approve the December meeting minutes from our joint meeting.
Corey, I got a correction if you don't mind, sir.
Please.
Under communication, technical committee members present, Tony Ramirez from VSE. I'm actually working for a company called V2X.
Good catch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other updates, folks? If not, we'll be looking for a motion to approve.
Hey, Corey, it's Tony. I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you, Tony. Can we get a second?
This is the other Tony, I'll second.
Thank you, Tony. Tony's. All those in favor of approving the December meeting minutes, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Meeting minutes are approved with the V2X correction. Committee updates by committee chairs. Communications Committee. Dave Lynn.
Good morning. And thank you, Corey, for mentioning that for the fire department. It is heartfelt from all of us, but it's nice to have it expressed by the board. Thank you, sir. I do have an update that I requested from Hawaiian Tel in regards to an outage that Maui County experienced on December 27th. And honestly, I'm not sure if that has, if they did get a root cause analysis done yet on that. Tony, excuse me, Francis, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the incident that happened on the 27th was caused by a fiber cut that occurred. It knocked out several circuits. One of those circuits was our SS7 circuit tied to Wailuku. So that office unfortunately went to isolation. At the time, we did have a simplex condition, meaning we have two links or multiple links going out of Wailuku to our STPs on Oahu, and one of them was down. Actually, one of them We did have a scheduled repair on the 24th, but that had to be postponed due to some resource issues and another issue that came up on Maui. So unfortunately, that fiber cut affected the one remaining link. Once we during the outage, we were able to restore the other link and get that back up while the fiber was still down and being repaired. And then since then, both links on Wailuku are up in duplex, what we call duplex. So there's a primary and a backup on that office.
Okay. So
Right.
later on that afternoon, they had another go down, and that was to do with the same incident with the fiber cut?
Yeah, my understanding, yes, the same incident and fiber cut. That office, I think, is Kahului. We did validate, I believe, my records show, I think we validated that the landline calls were being processed over to the 911. I don't believe the Wailuku Kahului issue impacted wireless since the trunks go to the Wailuku office.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Yep.
everyone for doing that. I'm sorry, Kari, go ahead.
Can I ask a follow-up question, David?
Sure.
Awesome. Francis, does Hawaiian Telecom have targets for simplex repairs? And how long was Wailuku SS7 in simplex?
So our goals are to address simplex conditions within 7 to 14 days. The Wailuku one, I think, was in simplex for about a month or two. The primary reason is because the simplex for this office was tied to both a circuit and a modem issue. If I don't want to go into, but these are legacy switches, what we call legacy switches. The SS7 links are actually 56K modems that connect up to a T1. And so these are very old equipment that we've been working to get it's very complicated to get the entire switch out of the office, but getting these modems have been pretty tough. We've been able to secure a replacement modem for this and other offices. So now we're in the process of kind of changing them out as they fail. But this one, yeah, it was in for a couple of months because we had to actually order the equipment, test the equipment. It's kind of old. Test the equipment, make sure, and then do some reconfiguration to actually get it installed.
Got it. And are we at risk with these old modems? Like you said, you were able to get a couple more. Do you guys have spares now?
Yeah, I mean,
modems implicated in the other F7 outage as well.
Yeah, these are a little different than the other one in Honolulu. But yes, we are sourcing them, and testing them. And then right now we've got a couple offices in simplex that we have our schedules to get completed over the next week or two.
Okay. Keeping an eye on those simplex conditions for 911 impacting services would be really, valuable to try to keep those targets.
We've made some changes to our overall process actually to bump up the visibility, and internally have made some overall changes to kind of address not only these types of simplex condition, but other simplex conditions in our network.
Okay. Thank you for the extra detail. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
No, thank you, Francis. And that's all I have, sir.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, folks. Moving on to the technical committee, Sean.
Thank you, Chair. And before I hand it over to Rapid SOS for the demo, I just wanted to thank you, Corey, and Royce for offering that moment of silence for the late firefighter Jeffrey Fiala, and basically thank all of you guys. I've been having an outpour of support and emails of, and I just wanted to thank you all. It's been a crazy month with for the Honolulu first responders. First with the plane crash, and then the New Year's debacle, and now this tragic loss. But there is no loss for support from the other agencies and you all. So I just wanted to show my appreciation. And even Rapid SOS, you guys sent a bouquet, and I just wanted to thank you guys for that too. So, yeah, thank you. So first on the agenda is Rapid SOS with their demo. Rapid SOS, you ready?
Yes, sir. We're ready. Thank you for having us. And also, I just want to mention if there's anything that we can do to support you all anytime, this tragedy, any others, please reach out because we are here to help. With that being said, first, I'm Carla, by the way. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Carla Even with Rapid SOS. I was in the Comm Center for 24 years and then joined Rapid SOS because I really loved what the company was doing. What we do is we're an intelligent safety platform, and we provide solutions when dispatch needs assistance. So when we started in the beginning, it was location. We don't know where cell phone callers are. That's how we started. And now we've improved what we're doing and answered the call from the dispatchers about staffing issues. So we've created call automation. We have intelligent analyst who provides reports for the comm center managers. We have texting from 911. Providing redundancy when there's a network failure or an outage, we can still deliver for you all. And then also for the field, having a solution for them. So Matt's going to go into all of those, and then we'll do Q&A at the end. So I will pass it over to Matt.
All right, and hi everyone. I'm Matt McDonald. I'm on the sales engineering team here at Rapid SOS. I'm going to kick it right back over to Seth because I believe Seth has a couple slides up here that he's going to present first.
Yeah, absolutely. And frankly, we've got the whole team here. I promise we're not going to kill you with slides. We'll hand it over to Matt to actually show you the proof of the pudding. Yeah. But wanted to just cover a couple things. With Carla going and visiting so many of the ECCs, we found just some common issues that you guys are facing, from staffing shortages to staff that's burned out to different workflow issues. And there's a few things during this demo that I'd really like you guys to watch for and see how this can really help out each one of your ECCs. So number one is we're here to simplify things. If we can't make stuff better for you, we're not interested in partnering. We really want to make sure that we're helping all the dispatchers on each of the islands be able to do their job, get the right information at the right time to the right people. And Matt's going to walk you through kind of what that workflow looks like, how you can leverage technology to take some of that work off the dispatchers while still maintaining high integrity with getting the best service out to your community. But as we're walking through this, it's very informal. Definitely hop right in, talk right over Matt. He's not offended. That's what he does every day. And then Carla and I will be available later to do custom demonstrations for you. So if there's anything that we punt on because it goes too far down into the weeds for this very quick demonstration, just know we're happy to go as deep into those weeds as you want. If we can schedule time with each ECC or additional with groups, whatever works best for you. With that being said, I'll pass it on to Matt.
All right, I am just going to pull up my screen here. All right, hi everyone. So yeah, as Seth mentioned, we've been doing a lot with Rapid SOS to streamline workflows, streamline and simplify workflows. And so what I have on screen here, this is Rapid SOS Unite. So some of you may be familiar with this. Some of you may be using it just for location. So what we've really been working on is trying to bring all the critical information that you need in a call handling map and a CAD map all into one place. So seamlessly integrate this with your existing systems. So I'll go into a few ways that we're doing this. So the first one is that on the left-hand side of the screen here, if you've used Rapid SOS before, you may be familiar with it displaying wireless calls from Apple and Google. So we've expanded that. We now are able to support landline calls as well as VoIP calls. So directly from your comm center into Rapid SOS Unite. And then synchronizing that with your call handling system through what we call call taker mode. So that's this button right here. So when you click that, you're able to put in your position ID for your console position. And what happens then is that actually synchronizes your call handling system with Rapid SOS Unite. So as you answer a call on your call handling system, it automatically gets opened up on Unite. So they're just simplifying that workflow, reducing a few extra clicks, reducing searching for a particular phone number in Rapid SOS Unite, having those two systems joined together. Another thing that we've done is bring your locally authoritative GIS data directly into RapidSOS Unite. So if you've used Unite before, you might be familiar with it having Google Maps. Don't worry, we still have that, but we also have now added the capability to support your locally authoritative GIS data. So we support an Esri-based map. We can support all kinds of different layers. So if you have road center lines, address points, fire hydrant locations, anything like that, we're now able to support that directly within the Unite map. So you can see that precise RapidSOS data in context with your local GIS. But also, you may be thinking, well, hey, I liked the Google map. Well, with just the click of a button here, you can swap the base map back over to Google so that you can have that data. And if you were a fan of this little yellow person here for bringing up the Street View, you can still click on that to bring up the Street View data. So if you're wanting to get that additional context, you can do that as well. And then hopping back to the map, of course, you might be familiar with satellite view. We do support satellite view for Google Maps as well as Esri, and we also support locally flown aerial imagery. So if you work with any companies such as EagleView that provide that flyover imagery, we're able to support that directly within Unite as well. So in a scenario like this, maybe you can see the caller. Now you can know that they are, out behind 302A Roosevelt Boulevard, and you can provide just better descriptions of exactly where this caller is located, just based on having all of that data within one user interface. And so that's really what we're aiming to do there, is just consolidate all of that. Now, we have also integrated within our layers the NENA EPRC layer, which is the Enhanced PSAP Registry and Census. So if, for instance, somebody calls in, maybe looking for a wellness check for someone that is in, for example, Batesville, Indiana, you can search for Batesville, Indiana, bring it up on the RapidSOS Unite map, and here you can see the outline of the PSAP boundary for Batesville, Indiana, and then you can just simply click on it and get all of the contact information for that ECC. So that gives you just that ability to, quickly search for another ECC or PSAP, bring it up, click on it, and get the contact information right there, all within RapidSOS Unite. Another thing that we are doing to further enhance the situational awareness is adding indoor mapping data as well. So in addition to locally authoritative GIS, you may also have certain buildings with indoor maps being made available. This is becoming more common, of course, with a number of schools, with school safety being, of course, top of mind for everyone these days. So we do support indoor mapping now within RapidSOS Unite. This is provided with our partners Geocom and using Esri data. And this, of course, giving you that indoors context. So now you can see where a caller is located, and you can just provide that description. You might be able to say, this caller is located in the corridor outside room 206. So again, just providing all of this context, all of this data coalesced within RapidSOS Unite and just available with a few clicks at your fingertips. And then, of course, with all of this data, because it's all hosted in the cloud in RapidSOS's cloud environment, you can also look at this as a viable backup. So if you do find that you are reliant on call handling and CAD for this data today, you could also look at having it also in RapidSOS as a way to use that as a backup. So if you ever have a CAD outage, 911 outage, you can still know that RapidSOS is there and available in the cloud with all of this data ready to go. I'll just pause there before I go on to some of the communication tools and just see, Carla, did you have anything you wanted to add?
I just wanted to add about call taker mode. When I was visiting Honolulu PD, I was watching them get 10 911 calls a minute that were dropping into their 911 queue. So the call taker mode is helpful for dispatchers, where if I'm here and Seth is at position 2, I only see position 1. And then also the mapping system, sometimes you use multiple maps and it may be difficult. We're noticing from, CAD maps sometimes aren't able to be updated or things like that. So having a mapping solution within a system that provides 12 other things, it's not solely just a map, it seems to be helpful, is what we're noticing. And then I wanted to just open it up. Do you want to hold questions for the end, Sean, or should we stop at each module? maybe he left. He's been busy. Okay,
Uh,
we'll move it
all
over.
right.
No, sorry. You can wait till then. Was that a
Okay.
quick question for me? Oh, and thanks by the way for the flowers, Carla. Thanks again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much, Carla. All right, I'll move on to some of our new communication tools that we're adding. So we recognize a lot of the work that telecommunicators are doing day in, day out involves communication, right? So communicating information out to the field, communicating information with the public. And so we've added some new tools within RapidSOS Unite to just help with that. And so the first one that I want to talk about here is our text from 911 feature. So now directly within RapidSOS Unite, we support text from 911. So when you see all those 911 calls landing in Unite, you are able to send a text back out. So if it was, for example, maybe an abandoned call and you just wanted to text back and see if the person needs any help, you can now do that directly within RapidSOS Unite. And further to that, one of the things that we provide now is text translation. So recognizing that, the demographics can be very diverse. You can have populations speaking all kinds of different languages. And so we want to provide a best-in-class solution for that. So we now provide text translation for our text from 911 feature here. So, you can see in this case, there was an intro message sent out. The response came back in Spanish, and it was automatically translated back to English. Now, what's great about that is when you type in a response to send back out to the field, it automatically translates that into Spanish as well. So just helping to streamline that communication, help ensure that information is communicated as effectively as possible. And with this, we do support over 175 languages today. Just to, again, just provide that rich experience with text from 911. So another thing that we added here, of course, you can see there is a video call button. So in addition to texting, we do support requesting video calls. So in this case, you can click that button. That sends a link out to the caller, and they're able to click that link. It opens up in their browser and starts a video session with RapidSOS Unite. So you can see the video initially comes in blurred. Of course, we want to make sure that telecommunicators are always in control of whether or not they actually want to view any video that is sent to them. So they can simply click to unblur that. And then as well, any audio that is received gets transcribed as well as translated. So again, just trying to provide a streamlined communication experience, providing video and then translation and transcription for that video. Now, another thing that comes up is, of course, sometimes you may need to send a text out to a member of the public that is not the result of a 911 call that you received. So maybe there is a call you receive on an administrative line and you want to just text them some commonly requested information. So there's this compose button here now. So you can click that, send a new message, you just pick a number, and then you can send a message off to that number. And so when you have outbound texts, of course, it allows you to just send a text to any number. And then we do provide pre-canned texts as well. So if there are common requests that you receive, you can simply click a button with a pre-canned text to send back something like, please call animal control with the number for animal control. So that's what we're providing on the texting side of things. Another avenue that we have recently added is we have added AI and 911 call transcription and translation. So with our Harmony AI engine, we are now able to ingest audio from 911 calls and provide real-time transcription, summarization, keyword highlighting, and translation of those calls. So if you find that there is a need to capture the summary of a call in your CAD notes, you can easily take the summary that we produce and put that in there. But as well, if you find that you are receiving a call and you are unable to understand the language that is being spoken, this provides real-time translation as well as transcription. So if a caller calls and they start speaking Spanish and maybe you don't speak Spanish, Harmony will transcribe that and then translate it in real time. It's a bit of a dry throat. So that's our Harmony AI engine. I'll pause there and just see, Carla, if you had anything to add.
Yes, sir. So this screen that's up right now, the call summarization is something that comm centers could use when, like, for staffing issues, or we have a lot of new people or they're in training. And it could be, I've heard both ways where, like, well, we want them to be able to think and capture the things. But with call audio summary, it could be something that maybe after they take the call, they capture it and then they can go back and review and say, oh, look, I missed these things. This is what we're really looking for you to capture. And the keyword alerting is something that's determined by your agency as well. But it could be helpful with the staffing for that. Also for texting, when I was out there visiting in Honolulu, unfortunately had the phone failure, they were able to send out over 400 text messages to the community from Rapid SOS. And it didn't capture every single call, like not landlines, but we were able to capture 400 plus cell phone calls. We don't hear audio in Rapid SOS, but they were able to hit the start chat button and it'll send a message saying, you attempted to text or call 911. Do you have an emergency? And then they respond. And a lot of people, of course, were just checking to see if their phone worked, but a couple were actual emergencies where they needed police. So it gives you some kind of connection with the community when other systems may not be able to do that.
All right, very good. Thank you, Carla. So next up, I wanted to talk a bit about analytics. So I know we've talked about a lot of goodies for the telecommunicators. We've got some goodies here for the administrators too. So a new tool that we're offering is called Rapid SOS Intelligent Analyst. And this is our way of providing overviews of essentially how ECCs are performing in terms of calls and other data. So calls, texts, and other alerts within the PSAP. So we provide a number of tools. Basically, we recognize, at ECCs, you have a number of stakeholders that need to know different performance metrics, and we want to make it so that data is easily accessible and that you can get the right data that you need. So providing a number of different ways to look at all of that data. So having summary data here, of course, blown up in large text. So if you are an ECC where you like to have this on a big screen, at the front of the room so everyone can see in real time how things are performing, having that, but then also having ways to drill in to some of this data. So you can look at answer time metrics. You can say, hey, we're hitting 94.7% of our calls answered in 10 seconds or less. And then you can click on that and drill in, and you can look at how that trend changes, based on days of the week for the last month, or looking at, monthly breakdown for the last year. There we go. And then as well, looking at those summary metrics, things like average call durations, you can look at how your average call durations trend, say, over days for a given month, or then looking at a monthly breakdown for, a given year. But in addition to just those higher level aggregate metrics, you can actually look at agent performance as well. So, of course, providing that performance data for individual agents allows you to just have better decision making, right? So if there are areas where maybe there's more training that's needed, or maybe you just need more insight on how individual agents are doing, we try to put that information at your fingertips so that you're easily able to access all of that. And then, of course, with all of this data we provide, there's ways to export the raw data, and then, of course, advanced filtration capabilities. So if you need to drill in on it even more, we provide ways to do that as well. And I'll just sort of pause there.
Sorry for running over you, Matt.
Nope, all good.
Historically, most of the reporting has been tied to calls and all the call data and how long it's taken to answer calls. But what Rapid SOS does, it gets all that data from your call handling equipment, but then we also get all the data on your digital alerts, text messages, all the different interactions your telecommunicators are having with the callers, so that you get full credit for everything you're doing in the centers and not just a piece of the work that those telecommunicators are handling. So this more holistic view gives your telecommunicators the credit they rightfully deserve.
Absolutely. And the only thing that I'll add, Matt, thank you for showing us all that, is that as an administrator, whether you're a comm center director, a manager, supervisor, captain, we have to provide reports, you know, whether it be to the press or to the mayor, to council. And these dashboards are super fast and easy. When I was in comms, it would take hours upon hours in Excel sheets and trying to figure things out. So that's why we wanted to answer that request too.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Seth and Carla. So there's just one more thing I wanted to show, and this is for automating non-emergency work. So within RapidSOS, we do have a number of telephony features we support. And so we have just launched call automation. And so this is a way of essentially automating administrative call handling. So I'll show a brief example here. This is
83 Elm Street, Winfield, West Virginia.
And I won't go through the whole video there, but essentially that's an exchange between my colleague Emily and our AI-powered telecommunicator, taking all the information for a typical alarm call. So this is where our AI agent will ask all the questions to gather the information that you require at your center for a given alarm. And then it puts it into RapidSOS Unite, excuse me, making it immediately available. And all the information that is captured, I'm like losing my voice in real time. This is amazing. All the information that's captured is...
I can do it too.
No, okay, yeah, you want to take this?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it gives you recording clips. So if you want to go back and listen, like exactly how they said the address to verify anything, that's available for you. Also transcription, and we partner with the CAD companies as well, so that these digital alerts that come through could go and create a call for service in CAD if you have an API between us and your CAD, and then it would put the alarm calls in for your dispatchers as a digital alert with the AI answering the phone. And we are starting with alarm calls, but it will go to other calls as well, those common calls that you all have. So when you're talking about like staffing issues and you're answering all these 911s and, you know, there's this tragedy and then you have to answer, you know, hi, this is ADT with an alarm, and you're like, so we wanted to be able to take some things off of people's plate so that the ones that we still have left, the dispatchers, don't have too much to do, and it leaves them available for true emergencies that are happening.
Yep, that's right. And so in addition to that, like all the information gets captured here in Unite, as well as the audio clips. So if there is something that shows up and you think, I want to actually hear what, you know, the agent calling from the monitoring company said, you can go back and you can play those clips if you need to listen back and verify it. And then, just to highlight what Carla mentioned there is we do have our alerts API integrated into CAD systems from a number of leading CAD vendors, and that does create that ability for these types of alerts to directly create a request for service or a call for service in those CAD systems. So those are some additional ways just to streamline that workflow and simplify those sorts of operations. So I'll pause there and just see Seth or Carla if you have anything else to add.
I do not.
Yeah, and with simplifying these workflows, again, this AI engine is not taking over for a dispatcher. We're simply taking the calls that the dispatchers are already acting like robots, going through that same script, the same questions, and we're going to automate the ingestion of that. So.
All right. Well, that concludes the demo. So I'll just sort of pause here and just see if there's any questions anybody has.
Not questions, but go ahead. Go ahead, Stephen.
I just had a question in regards to the AI portion to it. Do you also, with the AI, can you also sort of like get the, I guess, the sentiment in regards to the call taker, in regards to how they're doing? Because I've been hearing that that's another way of determining the stress level of the call taker as well. So does your AI do that?
Yep. So yeah, we have started capturing sentiment analysis, and so that is coming up. Right now we provide summarization and keyword highlighting, and then sentiment analysis is coming soon.
Okay. And also in regards to the languages, do you also do the Filipino language like Tagalog as well, by chance?
I believe so. Oh, sorry, Seth, were you going to take that one?
Yeah, Tagalog, Cebuano are both on the list. So
okay,
languages that we currently support.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's other questions, but I just wanted to let you all know that I appreciate your time and inviting us to this meeting and letting us participate and showing you all what we have. I've been coming to these meetings. I think my first one was June, and you guys we're talking about power outages. And then you had one like in the middle of the meeting. I was like, oh my goodness. And so in these meetings, when I hear things about, pain points for you all, like, is there anything we can do to help? And we have different solutions. We have one for fields where you can send the caller location to your volunteer firefighters on their phone. They can send back that they're responding. So you're able to track volunteer firefighters or full-time firefighters if they want exact location of hikers, things like that. You'll be able to see that. And then again, the redundancy is huge. It's not something that a platform that's going to go away because you guys are already using Rapid SOS in your comm centers. It's just additional tools within that one platform to maybe help eliminate all the different tabs we have as a dispatcher. There's so many different ones. So if there's like one area where your agency is looking for something like, hey, that GIS could really help us, or that texting component with translation, or, GIS we have visitors come here and they ask for 911 back on the mainland and they want to know, about Batesville, Indiana. Well, now I got to find the phone number. So anything that brings you guys pain, I'm willing to do well, that's what I'm here for, but I would love to do a business review with each comm center if you guys want to. And we can see, is there anything that we can do to help you guys with any of your pain points? And that's all I have.
Yeah, I got a couple of questions. This is Kennison Tejada. One was with the indoor mapping, the updating. Is that kind of automatic? You guys just put it in once somebody gives it to you, or is that an interactive thing with the PSAPs? And then my other question is mutual aid PSAP. So say if somebody in Guam if they're using Rapid SOS and for some reason their center goes down and the calls get rerouted to Hawaii, is the mapping going to be available to help them dispatch? Those are my two questions. Thanks.
Matt, you went on mute, so I assume these are mine, or do you want to handle the
Yeah,
first?
no.
I can handle the second.
Okay. I would say in terms of helping out neighboring PSAPs, that's something we do quite frequently. We do have some capabilities within Rapid SOS Unite for sharing incidents between different accounts to support mutual aid. But then also, I know in tactical situations where there has been the need to put up a new boundary to expand or help in any sort of tactical situation, that's something we've been able to support and jump on fairly quickly. Our support team is available 24/7, and they're typically very quick at spinning up tactical accounts when there are unexpected outages and a new boundary needs to be set up. As for the indoor mapping piece, so essentially for indoor mapping, we work with Geocom, and so Geocom, Rapid SOS, we typically work with the ECC. So if the ECC has indoor mapping that they would like hosted within Rapid SOS, that's something that essentially the three parties of us facilitate. So it's something, it's typically led by the PSAP or the ECC. And uploaded whenever there are updates. You submit those to us, and we're able to get that info updated pretty quickly within Rapid SOS Unite. So it's typically, I believe, a day or two just to get the new uploads live.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it.
And Seth or Carla, was there anything you wanted to add for either of those?
I just think they're both very good questions. That agency share and chat, being able to communicate from multiple ECCs about a given event, and have that mutual aid is huge. We're we're happy to walk in and show you exactly how we do that. We do that all over our footprint across the world. And then two, with Hawaii being a relatively small state as far as population goes, some of the pricing becomes tricky because the smaller agencies typically don't get as large of discounts. Full disclosure, Carlo went to battle for you guys in a big way and got it approved for us to do a island pricing, which gives you guys the best pricing in the country. So just know, regardless of which modules you want, how many modules you want, we're going to give you guys the best pricing because frankly, we just want to make sure you have the right tools to help out each of your communities. So thank you, Carla, for going to bat for the team here.
Yes. Thanks, Seth. Kennison, again, those were great questions. And I wanted to let you know that's exactly what we just did in LA for the LA fires. We stood up tactical accounts because there's certain agencies that are going down. So we're able to hand it off to another agency. So yes, definitely.
Okay, thanks. And Seth, I'll talk to you later. I sent you my email address and stuff. So we'll talk about the Pacific territories. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Have a good day.
Thanks, Carla. Thanks to SOS team. If the counties want to do a deeper dive, is Seth the one? Can you list it in the chat or Carla, your email contact or?
Yes, I will put them in the chat. Thank you.
Perfect. I know HFD has been using RapidSOS, at least a free one, for a while, and it's been really helpful, especially when you lose Annie Alley. So we use that as part of a backup process, and it's been really, really helpful for us. So, but thank you guys. Thank you for your demo. Thank you. Okay, for any other questions? Sorry, from anybody before we move on. Okay, hearing none. Next on the agenda is Advisory Committee. Rebecca, if you're here, if you have any updates for the legislative session.
Royce, yeah. Royce presented to the Ways and Means Committee earlier this week, so I'll let him describe how that went.
Yeah. I had the budget briefings this past Tuesday with WAM and the Finance Committee. So our budget request that I put in was to permanently increase our ceiling. It was increased by 5 million, so our current ceiling would be just over 14 million. There was no comments or concerns, so the meetings and the briefings went pretty well. But I'll keep everyone updated if there's any changes.
Thanks, Royce. Thanks, Rebecca. And that's all for the technical committee. Next up is Chief Eddie.
Good morning. Thanks, Chief Kurtani. I'll be reviewing the cash flow for the month of December. Our 911 surcharge collection was $1,017,657. Our interest income was $114,045. Our total receipts for the month of December was $1,131,701. And just a comment on our interest income, it's been slowly dropping because the banks have been decreasing the interest rate on our account. So I'll keep an eye on that because, as you know, January we have a new president taking office, and there's a little uncertainty on how the economy is going to behave over the next few quarters. It's kind of a mixed bag. Some people say it's going to be flat. Some expect a little bump in interest rates and inflation, but that remains to be seen. As far as our net encumbrances and paydowns, we paid out $82,837, leaving our net cash inflow for the month of December at $743,731. Year to date, July 1st, 2024, we had $43,444,720. Our net bank balance was $46,941,395. Our outstanding encumbrances is $12,685,133, leaving us a net cash balance for December of $34,256,262. Let's see. Next item on the agenda is a request from Honolulu Police Department requesting $4,500 for one additional personnel to attend 911 goes to Washington. Halan, are you on? If you can explain the request.
Thank you, Chief. Yes, I'm on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm out on the floor. We would like to humbly ask to add one more traveler.
Oh,
to the
okay.
not next gen. 911 goes to Washington. We were cutting back last year, and we cut back one too many for this trip. So we would like to have that third position back. Normally we travel with 3, but I think last year we took 1 off. So we're asking if we could put one more traveler back on.
Okay, so you have a total of 3 in your group.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Any discussion from any members of the Finance Committee? I hear none, so can I have a motion to approve the $4,500 for the Honolulu Police Department to add one additional personnel to attend 911 goes to Washington?
It's Reed. Motion to approve.
Thanks, Reed. Do you have a second?
I second. This is Tony.
Thank you, Tony. The request is approved. And that's it for the Finance Committee.
Thank you.
So we got to vote on that.
I think I had a motion and a second.
So yeah, then the Finance Committee votes.
All in favor.
Aye.
Sorry about that. Any opposed? No one's opposed. Motion is approved. Thanks, Corey.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, chairs. Moving on to PSAP status updates, starting with Kauai Police Department.
Good morning. Happy New Year. So here at the Kauai Police Department, unfortunately, we're still at 9 full-time dispatchers. One is on an extended leave. On good news, though, we do have a retiree that's coming back as a contract hire, and we're waiting for the status on 2 applicants. One is a current dispatcher from Georgia, and we're still doing her background check. We also have 5 former dispatchers in various positions in the county who also help with shortages, as well as 5 officers who also assist with call taking and radio. And no further updates.
Okay, thank you for the updates. Moving on to HPD.
Good morning. This is Kelvin from Honolulu PD. Same thing as last December meeting. So we have 2 new recruits being trained to be a call taker. So everything's going well with the trainees. We had one senior dispatcher retired at the end of December, and then 2 of our lieutenant who are watch commander both retires with 25 years and one with a 30, I believe 31 years of service. So we're adding on to our staffing shortage. So, and like Kauai Police Department is doing, so we're trying to get officers to be used as a non-emergency call taker. So we kind of developed the programs already, and then we working with the unions, and then we just need to get the unions approval so we can utilize those officers. Their off-duty times, they can come in as an overtime, and then they can just also officers make money, and then also we can relieve some staffing shortage issues and all that stuff. So that's what we're working on right now. And then we also did the contract hire stuff, so it's still sitting with the city, human resources. So we're just waiting for them to approve all the e-forms and all that stuff. Then we can start hiring some retirees as a contract hire. We can move forward with it. So that's what we're working on. Thank you.
Thank you, and good work sharing these ideas. Appreciate it, folks. HFD, Sean.
Thank you, Chair. We just conducted interviews for the 2 vacancies that we do have for the captains. Fortunately, the 2 chosen ones already have experience in dispatch, so we should be able to hit the ground running, and they start February 1st, so we should be good 100% again. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. Moving on to Honolulu EMS.
Good morning. We still have 9 vacancies, but we did do a internal recruitment for one of the supervisors positions, which we had 5 candidates. So we're going to be screening them and going through interview process and hopefully selecting one of them. We also did an external recruitment for our dispatchers. Right now, it's in the hands of our human resources department, so I'm not sure as far as the count, how many applicants we got for that. We are close to completion of our 4 reliever dispatchers, and soon to start 4 more, so to enhance our crew. I'd just like to say some things about the fireworks incident which we had recently. I'd like to give thanks and accolades to all the dispatch centers here on Oahu, HPD, HFD, and also our EMS center. It happened during we had a change of shift, and for New Year's, notoriously, we're short on dispatchers, and we had only 3 dispatchers that were working, which you normally would need to have about 4 to 5. But we're fortunate because the shift prior, which we had 5 of them working, they all 5 stayed until 2:00 in the morning to assist in the event. We transported 21 patients. We used 9 ambulances. We had the help of 3 federal fire ambulances to the area hospitals, and again, it was just a tremendous effort on the part of all the dispatchers and all the agencies, and I'd like to thank the other agencies for their assistance and help, and also their support. So that's it for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Really appreciate that update, and kudos to everyone involved, and thanks for working together. That's an incredible tragedy as well. Moving on to Maui Police, Molokai Police, Daylin.
Thank you. And yeah, that's really hard to follow here. I totally understand where you're coming from, Lauren, and all our hearts with both of you and with you guys and the fire department at this time. I do have 11 people, trainees in class at this point. They're doing good. We just added on 1 more, so that 1 left and 1 came in. So good flip out there on that switch. We do still have the officers helping us doing call taking, and we do have some people that's on light duty that it's their regular assignment at this point. And while they're going through their series of physical therapy and doctor appointments, and then we have the others that come on their days off to assist us. So it's been working really good for us. We're very fortunate on that. And at this point, we're locked into the amount of people, so we're not going to be hiring for a little while. Okay, so and it's good. It's doing really good, and they're they're building relationships right now to they have a good understanding of what it's like to be a team. So I'm hoping that this all go well, and that we won't want to lose the people that's helping us as call takers. But if it does come through and we keep all these people, we'll be in a better way than we have been in a while. And that's all I have. Thank you, sir.
Good news and good luck with the recruits. Moving on to Hawaii Police Department.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Zach Fernando taking over for Robert Fujitake, who retired at the ending of December. Be the lieutenant of the communications section here. We also lost one dispatcher to retirement at the ending of the month, bringing our total vacancies to 6. We currently have 5 trainees, and we are scheduled to interview 3 additional candidates by the end of the month.
Thank you very much, Jack. Moving on to Hawaii Fire.
Hi, good morning. Right now we had a resignation of one of our personnel in December, which dropped us down to 8. Of our 3 trainees, 2 have left, and we have 1 remaining, but she just started TAing, so she's kind of filling the position of that person that resigned. So we're at 9 with 15 vacancies. We're talking with our HR to look at recruitment for the beginning of the year, and hopefully to hire around March or April. Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. Moving on to items for discussion, consideration, and action. Are there any additional items proposed by any meeting attendees?
Corey, I do have 2 things I'd like to propose, sir. I just reviewed a report, the December report from V2X, or as I refer to Akimeco. Sorry, I'm old. But on page 8, they had a graph of, on their report, they had a graph about 911 call volumes, percentage decrease from 23 to 24. And for Maui County, it says we have a decrease of 26.91%. And this is from the stats that comes out of the information shared with from Hawaii Tel. And I honestly cannot see us having a decrease in calls. It seems like the phones are forever ringing, and my people are forever going, just frustrated with how many calls are coming in. But it looks like almost the entire state had a really good, big size deficient decrease. And I would like to see if there's something that we can, and I do believe that V2X has been working with Hawaiian Tel, because they also noticed the discrepancy. And I think this is something that we should look into further, because if we're getting so overwhelmed with calls, I don't see how we can have a decrease. So I'm just considering, because the rest of the state, Kauai had a minus 34% decrease in calls. RDC had a minus 32%. The Big Island was minus 12%. Oahu was just a 1% decrease in calls. But the outer islands, with the exception of RDC, the decrease is quite substantial. And I think that we should look into this to see why is there, if the phones weren't ringing, I wouldn't worry. But it's not only the stats, it's just the total discrepancy from what I see that's happening in the room to what's being documented. And when I pull stats every month, I'm looking at it like, I don't know how we're getting that so low amount of 911 calls when I'm in the room and every light is lit up with, every position is lit up with calls. So I would like to see if the board would support us in having, and I'm not sure how the rest of the PSAPs feel. If they feel that, if they're good with the decrease and they don't think it's a problem, that's great on their side. For me, I see it as something that I think we should look into.
Hey,
And
Dave, this is Francis.
Yes.
I'll follow up on that. I was, I would share your concern about accuracy. So if there is a concern about it, I have no problem. We'll follow up and take a look at that report. And if there's anything in the system that may have caused or missed calls. So,
well,
I was just going to ask. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, yeah, Francis, sorry, this is Tony Ramirez. If
Yeah.
it helps out, it has to do, we believe it has to do, or this problem came up when we were having the lumens issue. Okay, and we believe, or at least through our investigations, we have suspicions that it has something to do with the call volume software that Intrado is using and the classifications regarding the type of service and the class of service. So the software might not be capturing all the calls as they're coming in. So that's one of the suspicions that we have, or that they're not being captured and classified correctly. And we brought that. We took that to Intrado. And we also made Efren and Glenn, and they were working on it really hard, before they left. So just to let you know, there has been some awareness on it, and there's a lot of credibility to what Davelin is saying. And Davelin, we love the fact that you still call us Akimeka in secret. We still call ourselves Akimeka as well.
Thank you. And I also, Francis, when our numbers started dropping, you guys know that I'm a witch, right? And I called out Glenn. I told Glenn, why is our things going down? He said, well, I'll look into it. I said, okay, well, I'm just putting it on notice that I wasn't feeling comfortable with that. I mean, yeah, we did have a horrific year last year in August, but it was solely for the month of August, when we had the fires in 2023. But yeah, our cause normally is quite high, and now it's like we're thousands below what we normally have. So that's my concern. If you could look into that, I really appreciate that, Francis.
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks.
Thank you. And the other thing I had, gang, is 911 goes to Washington. Please send me whoever is going on the list that's going to be attending, because I need to send the list of people that's going to visit the offices. I need the name, the department, and their title. And then for me, if we can have a local contact number, please. And basically, I'll make the arrangements for our meetings, but I can't do anything until I know who is attendees. And that'll be helpful. And that's all I have, Corey. Thank you. I apologize for taking this long.
Oh, no apologies necessary. Thank you, Davelin. Yeah, that's a pretty large increase. I know that there's been a decrease in visitors especially to Kauai and Maui, but I didn't think it would drive that much of a change. It's a very significant change. So thanks for validating that data for us, Francis.
Yeah, no problem.
Excellent. Okay, moving on to announcements. Future next virtual meeting date, 9 a.m. Thursday, February 13th. Tentative Thursday, March 13th for our next two meetings. Future conference dates, reminder, 3 months advance approval required. 911 goes to Washington, February 23rd through 26th in Arlington, Virginia. The DINA conference, June 21st through 26th in Long Beach, California. And the APCO conference, July 27th to the 30th in Baltimore. Any additional announcements from meeting attendees? If not, we'll move to open forum for public comment on issues not on the board meeting agenda. Hearing none, I'll be looking for a motion to adjourn the combined meeting.
This is Tony Ramirez. I'll make the motion to adjourn the combined meeting.
Thank you, Tony. Looking for a second.
I'll second this, the other Tony.
Thank you, Tonys. All those in favor of adjourning the meeting, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? The meeting is adjourned. Let's be back in 5 minutes at 10:15. Thank you, folks. All right, I'm back, folks. Sorry for the delay. Royce, are you ready to get started?
Yes, sir.
Okay, make sure I have the right agenda pulled up here. All right, let's call to order this meeting of the State of Hawaii 911 Board meeting for January 9th. Do we have public notice?
Yes.
Public testimony will be taken on all agenda items as those items occur during the meeting. Can we please get a roll call?
Starting off, Francis Olaweta is still here. Philip Bankwell.
I'm here. Thank you.
Stephen Courtney. Stephen, are you still here?
Yes, present.
Thank you. Oh, Stephen, could you turn on your camera for me?
It is on.
I don't see you on the thing. Hold on, sorry. I think there's so many people on here. You're not on the first page. Okay, I see everybody now. Thank you. Stacy Domingo.
Hi, I'm still here. Thank you.
Thank you. Carla Even. Eddie is still here. Zachary Fernando is still here. Buck Giles.
I'm still here.
Thank you. Liz is still here. I see Liz. Wayne Hirasa. David Jones. Stella is still here. Kalani is still here. Jisuk is still here. Sean Kuratani.
Still here.
Thank you, sir. Patrick Letty.
I'm still here.
You. Alana, are you still here?
I'm still here.
Thank you. Rebecca Lieberman.
I'm here, but I'm
Rebecca's
on the
still
phone.
on. I got you. Thank you.
Do you need me to have my camera on for quorum?
It'll be okay. Let me see how much I have. As long as we have 7
Okay,
on
thank
camera,
you.
we'll be okay.
I'm very ill still, so.
No. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Rima Huna is here. Greg, are you still here?
Yes.
Thank you. Lauren is still here. Todd is still here. Gary Pulford.
Present.
Thank you. Davlin is still here. Tony Ramirez is still here. Ariel Ramos.
Here, thank you.
Thank you. Corey is here. Calvin Sung.
Present.
Thank you. Kennison, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. Thanks.
Thank you. Keola is here. Tony Velasco is still here. Ruth Sapel. All right, give me 1 second, guys. All right, Corey, we have a quorum for board.
Excellent. Sorry, I had to find my mute button there. Okay, so if we could take a moment to review the December meeting minutes, I'll be looking for a motion to approve them.
Hi, Corey. This is Francis. I make a motion to approve the December meeting minutes.
Thank you, Francis.
This is Stephen Courtney. I second it.
Thank you, Stephen. All those in favor of approving the December meeting minutes, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Meeting minutes are approved. Moving on to committee updates by committee chairs. Davelin, any further updates from the Communications Committee?
Nothing more to add, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Sean, anything further from the Technical Committee?
Nothing further, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Eddie, anything from the Finance Committee?
Nothing further. Thank you.
Excellent. Moving through the PSAP updates, starting with Kauai Police Department.
Nothing further to add. Thank you.
Thank you. HPD.
Nothing to add, sir.
Thank you. HFD.
Nothing further, Chair. Thank you.
Honolulu EMS.
Nothing to add, thanks.
Maui PD. Molokai PD.
We're good, sir. Nothing more to add.
Thank you. Hawaii Police.
Nothing to add.
Thank you. And Hawaii Fire.
Nothing to add. Thank you.
Thank you, folks. Okay, moving on to the Executive Director's report. Royce, update regarding a procurement of an NG911 assessment.
Yes, sir. So I posted the solicitation on HiPro on January 3rd. It's going to be up for 2 weeks. So offers are due on January 17th. And then I'm hoping to receive a couple of offers to review. So gives me about a week's time. So I'm hoping to have the contract done and everything signed on the 24th of this month. So I'll keep you guys posted. So hopefully we receive a few offers. I know a lot of people have been looking at it. So I'll keep you guys posted.
Great. Thanks for the update, Royce. Appreciate it. Awesome. Okay, on to items for discussion, consideration, and action. HPD requesting an additional $4,500 for one person to attend 911 Goes to Washington this year. Any discussion? If not, we'll be looking for a motion to approve.
Just read motion to approve.
Thank you, Reed. Do we have a second?
Ms. Kalani, second.
Thank you, Kalani. All those in favor of approving $4,500 for an additional person for HPD to attend 911 Goes to Washington, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion is approved. Any additional items proposed by any meeting attendees? If not, future meeting dates are next two meetings, Thursday, February 13th and Thursday, March 13th. Future conference dates, 911 Goes to Washington, February 23rd to the 26th in Arlington, NENA, January 21st to the 26th in Long Beach, and APCO, July 27th to the 30th in Baltimore. Any additional announcements from any attendees? If not, open forum. Any public comments on issues not on the agenda today? Okay, we're looking for a motion to adjourn.
This is Jisuk. I make the motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Jisuk. Can we get a second?
This is Kyola, second it.
Thank you very much. All those in favor of adjourning the meeting, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? The meeting is adjourned. Thank you, folks, for your time today, and good luck in the new year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Soon,
Take care.
Thank you. Happy New
Thank
Year,
you.
everyone.
Happy New Year. Thanks, Corey.
Bye.
Malo.
Thank you.
Thank you.